Okay, welcome. We are back in the Modern Hebrew program, the RoutLedge program, and this time we're going to look at lesson 3, Shior 3, and there's going to be some dialogues in here, and we're going to learn about some prepositions and things that when you look at Hebrew, they pack a lot of things into a word between prefixes and suffixes and different variations of verb forms. So we're going to try to deconstruct all of this for you. And if you have interest in a study group, just reach out to me, and I usually put my email in here, shul@hmisrael.com. So reach out to me, and just by email probably be the best way, and we could schedule a study group. I really like studying in groups together because I think that the learning is enhanced. So without further ado, let's carry on here and see what we can discover from this chapter. So we are in lesson 3, and the very first one we have here is Susie Chicago, from Chicago. So we have Susie Chicago, from Chicago. And then under here in these brackets here, we've got Be'universita, so in the university, Tel Aviv. Be'universita Tel Aviv. Okay, so we have this conversation between Susie and Jonathan. So like it would be like Jonathan in English. And then Susie. So Susie and Jonathan, or Jonathan. Okay, so Susie is saying to Jonathan, Shalom ma shimcha. And we say shimcha because Jonathan is a male, is a boy. So she's saying, hi, what's your name? Jonathan says, Shmi Jonathan. My name is Jonathan. Susie then says, Ani Susie. I'm Susie. Jonathan says, Susie, et, looks like mercha. Et mercha? Mercha? In other words, Susie from America. In other words, Susie is an American name. So he's saying Susie from America. And Susie says, Ken, yes. Ani, let's see, Chicago. There we go. So I'm from Chicago. She says, yes, Ani Chicago. I'm from Chicago. And Jonathan then says, let's see, Chicago, Michigan. Oh, in Michigan. Chicago, Michigan. Chicago, Michigan. Jonathan saying that, in other words, he's trying to pin down where the city is versus compared to where, in the state, which state is the city in, so they can get an idea of the geography. So he says Chicago in Michigan, Chicago, Michigan. And Susie says, lo, Michigan, Illinois. Oh, no, low. Chicago, Illinois. But Illinois, Chicago's in Illinois, not Michigan. But it's a common mistake if you're not super familiar with the geography. First, Jonathan says, in other words, is this the Chicago and Michigan? Chicago, Michigan. And Susie says, low, Chicago, Illinois. Okay. So now it looks like we have some, looks like this is our first exercise here, but let's go over here for a minute and just check this out. Okay, so the prepositions mem, me, is from, and be, in or at, like all other one-letter particles, are prefixed to the following word. There are no structural differences between a statement and a question. They differ only in intonation, in speech, in punctuation, and writing. So, for example, the sentence, you are from America, me America. In other words, it uses this right here. And I think, I don't think it's me America. I think it changes to me America. But let me double check that and see if I could call that up on reversal context. Just to make sure. Okay, so we've got me America. Yes.
America.
We get the
America.
Marica. Marica. So it's almost like it fits right in together. So it's like Marica. Marica.
America. America.
Marica. So I think it is like a slight zere sound. So it's like Marica. Yeah, like an S sound, or AYF, kind of like that. Et Marica. And then also it can be as a question. Are you from America? And it would be like et America. Et America, kind of like that. So like question form. Okay, so basically they're just looking at these two here. These are prepositions. The bet, so it's like in or at, and then mem is from. Okay, so we have nihon or lo nihon, and I'm almost certain nihon means like true or not true, but let's make sure. Nihon. Yeah, that's correct. Nihon means true, or lo nihon, not true. So it's like true and false. If you were looking at it like from an English exercise standpoint, but in Hebrew it's true or not true. Nihon or lo nihon. Okay, so here's some sentences here. So basically we have to choose whether this is true, nihon, or lo nihon, not true. So that, in other words, this would be like the false. And this would be like true. Okay, so Susie, let's see, Susie, Sham, Be'ivrit. Okay, Susie's, well, it looks to me like in this case, it's Shem. Susie's name, Be'ivrit. Susie's name in Hebrew. In other words, is Susie's name in Hebrew? And I think that would be lo nihon. But let's double check here. I want to make sure we can get our exercises here. So I think I've got these open. So this is the gun. Let's see here. It's not that one. All right, let's go down here to, this is true or false is what we need. There we go. Okay, we finally got the right one. Okay, so in this case, looks like we were right. Susie Shem Be'ivrit, and the correct answer is Lo Nechon. Susie Shem Be'America, Be'America. So in other words, Susie's name is from America. In other words, she has an American name. She doesn't have a Hebrew name. Okay. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, so now we have Jonathan America. Is Jonathan from America? And or Jonathan. Is Jonathan from America? And I think that also is I think that might be Lo Nahon. I think Jonathan is from Hebrew, from Israel, but let's check that. Yeah, I was right. Jonathan America. In other words, it's Jonathan from America, and that's Lo Nechon. Not correct. Jonathan Israel, from Israel. He's from Israel. Okay, so now we've got, let's see here. Chicago, America. Is Chicago in America? And that's Nahon. That's true. That's correct. Let's make sure we're pronouncing that correct.
Nahon.
Naon. Naon. Naon is true.
Nahon.
Naon. Okay. So Naon. So Chicago, America. Naon. It's true. Okay, Susie. Chicago. Chicago. No, this is Michigan. Susie is from Michigan. Well, if Susie says that she is, I think according to this reading here, let's double check this here. He says here, okay, so she's saying, Susie is saying she's from Chicago. So if this question here is saying Susie, Michigan. So in other words, it's asking, is Susie from Michigan? Well, that can't be because Chicago's not in Michigan. Chicago's in Illinois. So that's got to be Lo Nahon, which is false. Okay, so we'll double check that answer. But number 5, we have Susie, the Jonathan by Israel. And I think so. I think both Susie and Jonathan are in Israel. Okay, so that's Nahon. Okay, so let's double check that. Number 4 should be not true, and 5 should be true. Okay, that's correct. We got that one. Susie, Chicago, Nahon, and then here's the answer. Susie is Illinois. Okay, and then Susie Leonatan by Israel, and that's Nahon. That's true. Okay, so now we've got looks like a Shalomot. And I think these are a Shalomot. These might be sentences here. Other sentences. Let's I could be wrong about that. Oh, complete.
השלמות.
Mashlamot. Mashlamot. In other words, complete or wholeness. In other words, this is complete these things. In other words, completion sentences. Mashlamot. Because that's what this is. Complete sentences. Okay. So Shemo, his name, blank, the, okay, so I see what's going on here. I think what they're getting at here is they want you to distill from the story, from this exchange. So here's Susie here, and here's Jonathan. And Shmi Susie, my name is Susie. Va'ani Jonathan, and I am Jonathan. That's what he says, and I am Jonathan, essentially. Okay, so Shemo, so his name is Jonathan. Okay, so we'll try to write this as best I can. And we put a Nun Safid in there. His name is Jonathan. Shemo, Jonathan. His name is Jonathan. Va, now we need to say her name. And her name is, I think it's Shemech, Susie. And her name is Susie. Okay. I'm not sure if they give us the answers on that, so we can check those or not. But let's go down here. Susie. Okay, so we can distill from this, me Israel. So we need to put me Chicago here. So let's try this. Okay. Okay, me Chicago. Okay, so Susie, me Chicago. She's from Chicago. Jonathan is from Israel. So okay, Jonathan, me Israel. He's from Israel. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's correct. Let's double check, see what we got. Okay, so let's just, I don't think they've got those particular, let me try to open up this completions one and see what they got. I already did that one. Yeah, okay, so this is it right here, the completion. So they're giving us the answers to everything. It's just, I have to get over to it. Shemo, Jonathan, his name is Jonathan. Shemech. Oh, it's Shimha. I think it's Shimha. I think I got that wrong. Okay, so it's not Shimha. It's Shemech. I think it's Shimha. So it's like a mapik in there. Shimha, Shema, kind of like that. Her name is Susie. Okay, let me take a look and see what that looks like on reversal context. Her name.
בשמה.
Shema, yeah, Shema, Vashima. Okay, so Susie. Okay, so we got that. It's a good thing we corrected that. Okay, so what should go here instead is let's see, Shimo, Yonatan, Va. There we go. That's what should go in there. It's not Shemek, it's Shimcha. There might be a Mapik in there, I think. Shimcha. Her name is Susie. All right, we got that straightened out. Let's go to She'alot. I think this She'alot is questions. She'alot questions. She'alot.
שאלות.
She'alot. She'alot. So She'alot questions. Okay, so IFO Chicago. So IFO is where? I think, or it might be AFO. It's AFO. AFO Chicago. Where is Chicago? Question here. Okay, so Chicago is in Illinois. So we need to figure out, we need to pull this up a little bit. I know they put it in here. Chicago. I think that's in the initial one here. There it is right here. This is the word we need. But Illinois, right here. Okay. Hold on here. Okay, so that's what goes in here, but Illinois. But without seeing it. But Illinois. There we go. Okay, so in this case, we should have Be, Aleph, Yod, Lamed. Okay. Okay, but Illinois. So AFO, Chicago. Where's Chicago? Where is Chicago? And Chicago, the answer is by Illinois. Okay, so now we have et or hey, Chicago. Okay, so I see what they're getting at is, in other words, who is from Chicago? Who's from Chicago? I think that's what they're asking here. In other words, it's they're making this as a feminine or masculine, so they don't give you too many clues. So, of course, we know Susie is from Chicago, from Chicago. So we got the Samic. We got the okay, Susie. So Susie's from Chicago. And so AFO is where, and then that looks like the preposition, bet, in, with, or on. And I wonder if they've got that. So let's see here. The questions or exercise. Let's open up that. We'll open up this. We'll open up this. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Where is Chicago? Chicago. Okay, so they wanted us to answer the whole thing here. So AFO, Chicago, and Chicago, but Illinois. So I just put but Illinois or Illinois. Or I think I just put but Illinois, but I guess they want us to put the name too. Chicago, but Illinois. Chicago in Illinois. Okay. And then we'll hear this right here. At or hey, Miss Chicago. Who's from Chicago? Let's see. We have Ken, Ani, Miss Chicago. Okay, so what's going on here? At. Okay. Is it? Oh, wait a minute here. Okay, I see. This is Michigan. This is Michigan. Wow, these are very close here. Wait a minute here. Where is Chicago? This is Chicago here. Michigan. Is she from Chicago? Oh, this is Miss Chicago. Is she from Chicago? And this, oh, I see what it is. Ot is like you, feminine singular. So ot. Let's see, Chicago. And so the first answer is Ken, Ani, Chicago. Ken, Ani. Yes, I am from Chicago. And the other answer is Lo, Ani. Looks like Vost. Oh, no, I'm Vost. Okay, we're gonna have to look this one up. Oh, from Boston. Okay. Lo, I'm me Boston. Me Boston. Okay, so no, I'm from Boston. So it looks like what this is this is an open-ended question. I don't know why they would put this in this program, but this is a tricky one. Okay. In other words, is she or he from Chicago? And they're giving you both answers here. You just have to write it out. Ken ani me Chicago is a correct answer, or lo ani me Boston. So that's kind of a strange exercise, I guess. Anyway, we'll move on. Okay, so we did that. We did the AFO, we did the bet. Okay, so now we have a Targil. Targil is exercises. Let's see, Atishavot, Leshe'elot. Okay, so answer the questions with the M at Atishavot, Leshe'elot. Answers to the questions. Okay. So yeah, we've done this one before. Okay, or adjust, a suit or fit.
איתם,
Itam.
איתם,
Itam. Okay, Itam. So this is Hitam. Interesting. So this Hitam means adjust, suit, or fit. Hitam. Et Tishavot, these would be the questions. La she'alot, to the answers. Okay, so basically you have to match the question with the answer. Interesting. All right. Okay, so Susie, Miss Chicago. Is Susie from Chicago? They've already given us the first one. Ken, he, in other words, he is she, Miss Chicago. Ken, she is from Miss Chicago. Okay, so that's the first one there. They got that one for us. Now, let's see. Jonathan, Miss Chicago. Is Jonathan from Chicago? Well, we know it's going to be a low answer. No, meaning no. Low. So here's a low one here. Low, that means no. Who, that means he. Me-Yisrael. He is from Israel. So lo hu me-Yisrael. Lo hu me-Yisrael. Okay, so Jonathan is lo hu me-Yisrael. Okay, so now let's go down to the next one. Susie be-Jonathan be-Yisrael. Is Susie and Jonathan in Israel? Well, in that conversation, I would judge that they were, because they were having a conversation in Israel, and Jonathan was asking her about, where are you from? And, he heard her name, he thought from America. Okay, so I think it's going to be this one here. Ken, hem, be-Yisrael. Okay, so they, him, and it's using the masculine plural sense because it's including Jonathan. So it's Ken, him, be-Yisrael. Ken, they are in Israel. Okay, so that's correct. Get rid of this thing here. Okay, so then we have, Chicago, the Michigan. So is Chicago in Michigan? And it looks like it's going to be this one right here. Chicago, lo, the Michigan. Chicago's not in Michigan. Chicago, the Illinois. Chicago's in Illinois. So this one here, Chicago, the Michigan, and that's going to match with this one. And so that leaves us with these two. So let's see what here we got. Chicago, America. Is Chicago in America? And the answer, can he be America? Now, in this case, you might get a little confused and think, well, why is it using the word for she? Well, if it's not a person and it's a place, it transforms to it. In other words, and it uses the same word, he. It transforms to it, and it says, it is America. So it's in America. So the question is, Chicago, America? Is Chicago in America? And the answer is, can he be America? It's in America in this case. Okay, so that's a little tricky because you see this this he word. Okay, and it normally you would think, okay, that equals she, but it's only in the case of a person. But the same word is used in the case of a place. Okay, and remember, most places in Hebrew they have a feminine, they're feminine gender. That's kind of interesting, isn't it? But that's the case there. Okay, I don't know if they've got our answers to this, but I'm like 99.9% certain. I'm like 100% certain that's correct. This is target 1. Let's see if we can find the answers. I can't find those answers on there, but if you guys find anything, any mistakes I've made, those of you who know more Hebrew, hey, I love being, I love getting feedback from people. I keep slipping past that. There we go. I love getting feedback from people about, these lessons. And so, in other words, if I slip up somewhere, put it down in the comment section of the video, and try to use, put it in Hebrew, put it in English too. In other words, and give me the number of the exercise. That would be helpful too. And I'll go back and look at it. And I do appreciate that. Okay, so the word lo. To negate a sentence, insert lo directly before the predicate. Note that a predicate can be a verb, noun, adjective, or even a description of time or place. Okay, so to negate a sentence, insert lo directly before the predicate. Note that a predicate can be a verb, noun, adjective, or even description of time or place. Okay, so let's check this out. Okay, so Ima lo babayit. Mom is not in the house, or mom is not at home. Okay, so Shemi lo Rivka. Okay, so my name is not Rivka. Okay, all right. Ze lo Dan. This is not Dan. This is not Dan in a question. Okay, so basically lo, it's not just like know something, it negates something. It means that it's making it the opposite of what it's presenting. Kind of like the word lo is often used to answer a question negatively. It can be followed by a more complete answer, either affirmative or negative. For example, the question, Ori mi Yerushalayim. So is Ori from Yerushalayim? In other words, is Ori from Jerusalem? And see, it can, for example, the question, it can be answered as follows: lo, in other words, simply lo, or you could expand on lo and say lo, ori lo mi Yerushalayim. Ori is not from Jerusalem, or you could say lo, ori met Tel Aviv. So in other words, no, Ori, he's from Tel Aviv. So there's a lot of different ways you could answer that question. To the question, Ori me Yerushalayim. Ori is Ori from Jerusalem. See? So it just depends on, how you decide. Some people, they don't like to say a lot of words. They might just say lo, but they don't give any more information. All right, so lo is also used as an affirmative answer to a negative question, such as, that's not Dan. If you agree with the negative question, namely that this is not Dan, you repeat the word lo in your answer. Okay, so for example, ze lo Dan, that's not Dan. Okay, so, and then here's some of the answers. Lo, ze lo Dan, no, that's not Dan. Okay, or you could say lo, ze Dan. Now, in this case, if it was Dan, you might say, no, this is Dan. You can say, lo, zet Dan. Lo, this is Dan. Okay. So we have Shemot Aguf, and I think that one is, that might be illustration, but Shemot Aguf. Okay, so in other words, words literally says like words of the body. But let me distill this down here. Okay, yeah, names. Yeah, names from the body. Okay, so in other words, it's like taking something and then like a word or something, and there's all these variations. Okay, so let's take a look at this. There are 10 pronouns, Shemot, Gov. Okay, so these are, okay, I see. Shemot, Gov, names of the body in Hebrew, 2 in the first person, singular, I in plural, we, 4 in the second person, singular and plural in both masculine, feminine, you, and 4 in the third person, singular masculine, singular feminine, she, and plural feminine. Now, I'll tell you what, when I studied this, I studied this back in the first Hebrew primer years ago. And gosh, this was confusing for an English speaker. But over time, you get used to it. But basically, there's all these variations like he, she, I, they, them, and so on. And it's all broken down in Hebrew. The first person is indicated by the letter on, second person by the letter T, and third person by the letter He. Okay, so these have to do with like the ending parts of it. So Yahid, I think is, let's see here, Yahid and Rabim. Okay, so Yahid, I think is this is plural, and I think this is singular. I think that's Rabim is getting at the plural aspect because Anaknu is we, Atem is you all, Aten is you all, feminine plural, Hem is they, and Hen is they, feminine plural. Hem is masculine plural. So then Yahid is, this is like the singular, Ani, I. We've got Ata, you, masculine singular, At, you, feminine singular, Who, that's like the word he, it means he, and he means she. So this is Golf 1, Golf 2, Golf. Okay, so what I want is I want to let's double check this. Okay, so this is the body. So I'll golf. Oh, or the person. Okay, golf, the person. That's what's going on here. Oof. I'd really like to goof. I think it's goof. Okay, so this word means person. So it's like we got goof 1, first person, goof 2, goof 3. Okay, and then so this is har. That's masculine. Okay, wow, that's feminine. Here's masculine, feminine. Zachar, this is masculine again. And Nikhva, I think it's Nikhva, feminine. So this Yahid, this is still, I need to get this figured out here. Yahid. Uh-oh. Oh, it's Chet. Okay, singular. Okay, Yahid is singular. singular, and this rabim is plural. Okay, all right, so I think we got this figured out here. So this is like first person, this is second person, and wolf, third person. Okay, all right, so you look at this here, ani means I, that's in the first person, and that's singular. And it could be either masculine or feminine. Notice that, because even if a woman says I, she still uses ani. Now, you'll notice in biblical Hebrew, there is a slightly, it's kind of an archaic form. You don't see it very often. And it's anochi. And it also means I. But I don't think we're going to see anochi here in modern Hebrew. I haven't seen it in all my study of modern Hebrew. It's just ani. So then, okay, so then in the second person, you've got ata, you, and that's masculine. See that? It's a har, that's masculine. And it means it's the second person, you, and it means it's masculine you. Okay, then over here, you've got at, that's you, that's nechava, that's feminine. Okay, and that's the second person. You as in feminine, singular. And then in the third person, you would, if you were to say he, you would use the word who. Okay, and then she is the word he. Okay, so then we go over to rabim, which means plural. Anaknu means we. Well, guess what? Whether it's a bunch of girls together, a bunch of boys, or a bunch of girls and boys. If you were to describe them as, if you describe yourselves really in the first person as we, it would be anaknu. Okay, and then in the second person, you would have atem, you all. But that refers to masculine you all, like a bunch of guys going out to a basketball game. Atem, you would use that, you all. If you were to say, are you all going to the basketball game? In other words, to a bunch of guys, you would say atem. If you had a bunch of girls going to cheerleader practice, you would say a 10. Okay? Are you all going to cheerleader practice? A 10, you know? And then if you were to reference like in the third person, hem, did they go to basketball practice? And you're talking about the same guys, you would use hem. Did they, hem? And then if we were to say, did they go to cheerleader practice in reference to those girls that went to their cheerleader practice, you would say hen. Okay, so that's the best explanation I can give you of this chart. Okay. Okay, so I don't know how many minutes I've been running here. I think I'm gonna stop the video here. I usually try to break these chapters up into 2 videos. Well, actually, we don't have a whole lot here, but this might take us a while. The next one is Shior 4. I'll tell you what, let's go through some more of our, we'll leave this for next time and we'll go through some more of our, the next time we'll do this, and then we'll go through some of our verbs. These are review exercises. Oh, we might do these. We might do these here also, because I want to, before we get to Unit 1, so this is okay, so these are the ones we'll finish up with some of these. These are kind of neat because these are all our verbs. No, we don't need that. These are the answers that we had from the last time. All right. Hey, I really enjoyed doing this, and I hope that you guys get something out of this. And if there's anything that's not clear, Like I say, send me a email, jewel@hmisrael.com. And hey, I'm happy to, anything Hebrew I'm interested in, shoot me an email if you like this video or hit like on the video. And so I hope you guys have a great day today. And until next time, lehitraot.